Hello everyone, this is ToadinWonderland. Welcome back to more Pokemon Stadium 2. I'm just picking up from last time where I had last had us look at the My Room feature, which is available for Gold, Silver, Crystal. And as promised, we are going to take a break from the stadium and play some minigames. It's a completely separate mode on here, so let's go ahead and see what it has to offer. Actually, it's quite a bit. The first Pokemon Stadium game had minigames as well, but this game in particular has a lot better minigames in my opinion. That's just my opinion though. I mean, Pokemon Stadium had really good minigames too, but this one is even better. It also has a quiz mode where you can do a one-player quiz or a quiz for all, which is multiplayer. What I'm going to start with is I'm just going to play through each of the minigames on, I think, normal difficulty. And instead of playing one player, very gently pick up the controller. Okay, hold on a second. I'm switching controllers here. Okay. The reason I'm doing this is because player 2 has the silver game pack in, and I'm going to play the minigames with some of the Pokemon that are available on that silver game pack. Because in this particular Pokemon Stadium 2 game, your Pokemon from the game packs can actually participate in the minigames. I think that's a pretty cool feature that they added, where you're not like using completely random Pokemon. But yeah, as you can see, there are 12 minigames. I'm just going to do them in order, starting with Gutsy Golbat. Funny enough, this is actually my least favorite minigame, and I see that my friend doesn't even have a Golbat. That's interesting. Nonetheless, we'll still go ahead and play with the Golbat that's given to us. Golbani, I guess that's what its name is. As you can see, all the Golbats have weird nicknames. And if you didn't already know, this game has a feature where if you give the Pokemon a nickname, it'll change the color sprite in a certain way. So it only looks like player 2's Golbat's actually the true color of a regular Golbat, but the rest have like a different color sprite. But anyway, this is the first minigame, Gutsy Golbat. Tap the A button repeatedly to go up. Use the control stick to move from side to side. The one with the most hearts wins. Your hearts will scatter if you hit a Magnemite or get hit hard by an opponent. We will be very careful about that though. As I said, this one's probably my least favorite minigame. It's just not as interesting as what the other ones are. And I got confused for a second, I thought it was the blue player. But I'm player 2, which is green. This is kind of like Mario Party, where they have them designated by color. I think on Mario Party, though, player 2 was red, not green. I could be wrong. Curse you, Magnemite. Okay, player 1 has a ton of hearts right now. I usually just let them bash each other for this minigame, and just kind of like hang in the corner, and not get hit by Magnemite. Thank you very much. Okay, you can see I have the most hearts now, just because I haven't really been getting near them. I'm being really gentle with the controller too, because a slight bump with these and the transfer pack will pop up on the screen and it will say, "There is an error message. Please turn off the N64 and look at your instruction manual for further instructions." Anyway, we won. But yeah, as I was saying, I gotta be really gentle with this controller. I can't be shaking it a lot. I think for the most part it isn't too bad, but every now and then it will happen, where if you just like move it a certain way, it'll come up on the screen that there's an error. Just because some slight circuitry inside the controller between the transfer pack and itself had got twitched or moved slightly. But yeah. Anyway, moving on to Topsy-Turvy, and I forgot to mention before we do start this one, in Gutsy Golbat, if you don't have a Golbat, it is possible to play this minigame with a Crobat as well. So if you own a Crobat, it may pick that as opposed to Golbat. It'll usually pick the ones that you own, like if you have, well, for example, let's say you do have a Crobat but you don't have a Golbat, it will automatically pick Crobat for you to play as for the minigame. And here's Topsy-Turvy. The only Pokemon that could play in this minigame I'm aware of is Hitmontop, just like a spinning top game. Use the control stick to strike the opponent, knock your opponent out of the ring 5 times to win. Press the A button to use Rapid Spin. Use this move to knock your opponents out of the ring. Rapid spin's not required, but it does help. And what I thought was weird is, and there I thought I was player 1 again. Wow, I'm gonna have to really focus on that. I'm just so used to playing this as player 1. But anyway, I was saying, at the start of the minigame, you've seen, as player 2, I kind of had like it almost looked like a head start. For some reason, if you push the A button when the word go starts, it like launches you further than what the others were. I don't know how to explain it. Like, you just slightly move a little bit out of the way. It's really weird. Just go back to the video and you'll kind of see what I mean. Like, I'm not in sync with the other 3. You'll see that I move like slightly further away from them at the beginning. But anyway, I won. I guess I should have played on hard, but I'll be doing that soon enough, because I actually am going to do the championship style as well. And here is Clear Cut Challenge. And I'll explain more about that. And oh, look, we get to play Scissor. This is awesome. I love how the rest are just pinchers, though. Or pincers. I was looking at the player 1 nickname. I'm actually going to leave that and go back in. Because as you can see, even on the main screen here, you can play as Scyther on this minigame as well. There we go. There's Slip for the first Scyther. Slitor, and then Pinsing. Interesting nicknames. But anyway, yeah, for this minigame you can play it as Scyther, Pincer, or Scissor. And as you can see, my friend's game pack has a Scissor in it, so that's who we're going to play as. This will be interesting, because I never did play it as Scissor before. Okay, press the A button to cut falling logs at the white line. There are 5 logs in all. Time your cuts. Cutting above the white line will cost you points. The one with the highest total score wins. So yeah, you want to try to cut right at the white line, or a little bit below it if you can help it. But yeah, this is a game about timing, reflexes, and precision. So, probably not going to talk too much here. Going to focus. Any second now. I think I got it. Yeah! That's what I like to see. 20 points. Yeah, it's 20 points maximum if you get the white line exact. Oh, I was just a little bit above it. This, as a kid, and probably even still today, this is definitely one of my favorite minigames, though. I love this one so much, and I played the heck out of it as a kid, and that was kind of early. I didn't expect it to fall that quick. Now I got 3 points out of it. Well, it's better than losing points, I guess. Okay, 4th cut. Anytime. Oh, darn. I seen that was just a little bit above it again. Player 4 is 1 point behind me. Gotta make this last one count. Okay. Come on. Almost got it. I love how the first one I got right on, and then the rest were just kind of like above or below it. Nonetheless, though, I still got enough to win. I gotta say, though, that was pretty interesting. I've never played that minigame as Scissor before. I've never had a Scissor, actually, on any of my game packs. The only one I ever had was Steelix, and that was because a different friend many years ago actually did allow me to borrow a transfer pack. That's another thing. I never really traded much as a kid. It was rare that I ever traded Pokemon. And the Pokemon I had, you only get 1 metal coat on the games. So the only Pokemon I got that requires the metal coat was Steelix. I never got Scissor through that method because you have to trade Scyther holding a metal coat to get a Scissor. But that's how that works. And I never had a Scissor before. But that's interesting. I was able to play it the first time as Scissor. Anyway, next minigame we have is Furret's Frolic. This is a weird one. It looks like we're playing as a Furret. Let me go back in just in case, though. Okay, I guess she doesn't have either of them on here. You can also play this minigame with a Giraffe rig, which, don't ask, I don't know why. But if I would have my gold game pack in, and if it would still read my save file, I hope I can get that fixed soon, by the way, as I previously mentioned. But anyway, yeah, what was I saying? You can play as Giraffe Rig on here if you don't have a Furret, but we don't have either, so we're just gonna borrow a Furret. Okay, press the control pad to move in the grass. Release it to move back to the center. Press the A button to shoot the ball forward. Get the most points to win. And as you can see, these are the different kinds of Pokeballs. Pokeball, Great Ball, Ultra Ball, and Master Ball. And the greater the status of the ball, the more points it's worth. So let's go ahead and start this thing. I gotta remember though, I'm player 2. So I'm aiming for the right goal. Jeez, that took a long time. I am a little quiet on this one because this is one that requires concentration too. Dang it. Oh, great ball. There we go. That's a way to get some points. I love how I'm getting all the large ones now, but I can't even get any of the small ones. Master Ball. Oh, gotta get that one for sure. No! Oh, darn it. Well, there we got one. And a Great Ball. Okay. Finally, an Ultra Ball appears. Wow, I just won by 4 points. That wasn't too bad. That one gets a little competitive, though. I will go ahead and say that. And when I play it on hard, I anticipate some difficulty. Okay, the next minigame we have is Barrier Ball. If you can tell, we play it as Mr. Mime. And it doesn't look like she has a Mr. Mime on here. It's kind of weird, actually. Now that I think about it, though, the only Mr. Mime you can get... if I'm thinking this right, the only one you can get is at the Celadon Game Corner on the 2nd generation games, unless you traded one from the 1st gen. And on the 1st gen, the only one you ever get is one that you trade. So, yeah. Unless you trade from 2nd gen to it. But yeah, you get the point. Okay, use the control stick to move and hit the ball back. Press the A button to hit a smash. Earn a point for getting the ball in opponent's court, and lose a point when scored on. Get 5 points to win. It says the control stick, but I've always played this with the control pad. Oh. Wow, this really makes... This feels a lot different when I'm doing as player 2. Oh, I did get a point, though. Oh, dang you. I'm so used to player 1 on here, though. Speaking of player 1, they're winning. Well, there, I got a point. Okay, I gotta remember I'm green. Something else that makes this more difficult, too, is blue's my favorite color. Or rather, one of my favorites. I like many colors, but blue's definitely up there. You'd swear it was red, though, considering that I'm ToadinWonderland and I have all kinds of red border designs and everything like that. I do like red, though. And wow, I lost a point from it going in my own goal. That was pathetic. Oh, tied. What? Everyone but the red player tied. Wow. I would have won if I didn't hit the ball back in my own goal. Everyone kept throwing their balls at me, though. And don't interpret that the wrong way. Okay, enough being immature. Moving on to the next minigame. Pichu's Power Plant. This one's pretty cool, actually. It's actually a remake of, I think it's called Thunder Dynamo or something like that on the first Pokemon Stadium. It's been a while since I played it, but, it's similar to one of the original Pokemon Stadium's minigames. And we have... Apparently we don't have a Pichu, a Pikachu, or an Elekid. All three of those Pokemon I just said are eligible to play on this minigame. But looks like we don't have any of those three. Okay, when an Electrode pops out, press and hold the control pad in the same direction. If the lamp's blue, repeatedly tap the A button. If the lamp is green, tap the B button. First to fully charge wins. Okay, Normally I'm like super fast at this, but I gotta be careful with the controller so I don't accidentally pop out the the transfer pack. Oh, I still won though. That actually wasn't too bad of time. But yeah, I swear, my best time ever, it was like 6 seconds basically. It was pretty much at 6 seconds. And believe me, it is possible. It's not easy to do, but it's possible. It's a very fast minigame now. Well, for me at least, because I am a button masher.